Alive and Well STL is a presentation of the St. Louis Regional Health Commission and RareGem Productions to build a healthier St. Louis. Power up with the positive. Learn more at OneRareGem.com. That's OneRaregem.com.
Support for Alive and Well STL comes from Beyond Housing, helps entire communities become better places to live. Learn more at beyondhousing.org.
The Regional Health Commission works in partnership with regional health sector advocates and stakeholders to improve healthcare access, reduce health disparities, and improve health outcomes for the uninsured and the underinsured in St. Louis City and County.
Alive and Well STL with Bethany Johnson-Javois, CEO of the St. Louis Integrated Health Network and Managing Director of the Ferguson Commission. So much of what we talk about with Alive and Well shows us the importance of how faith and our communities play a role in our well-being.
We as leaders, as pastors, really don't know how to treat that. They may be disruptive. We don't know whether to call the police. We don't know whether to call the deacon board to meet that need. With the mental health first aid course now and with the ministers that have been so receptive, they have been so well receiving of this program, then they will know and to instruct their health units in their church, instruct the health units to how to deal better with individuals that are suffering with these behavioral health issues.
Absolutely. We'll be right back. One thing could throw you completely off balance.
I was diagnosed on February 19th of this year. I remember the day vividly and received, of course, news that no woman wants to hear. Devastating only to hear the words cancer, knowing that it doesn't have to be a death sentence, but it is a very difficult diagnosis to hear.
And you could deal with that hurt for a long time.
It was a challenge, so it took some time to get used to.
But it doesn't have to take you down. Take 5.
I have a rule of 3. So I never allow myself more than 3 days to be mad, upset, angry about something. And on that 3rd day, I make a choice. And so for me, my 3rd day with breast cancer came on a Saturday. So I woke up that day and made a choice. It was easy because my son had a basketball game that day. So it made it easy to be positive and cheering on his little basketball team.
You can work it out. Take care of your mental health just like you would anything else. Be alive and well. Find out more about what you can do to bounce back. Go to aliveandwellstl.com. How would you describe what it means to you to be alive and well?
We have, for so long, as the faith community, concentrated, dwelt directly with faith wellness, spiritual wellness. And then we reached out and began to deal with physical wellness. Many of our congregations have blood pressure checks, and we do diabetes checks and do that. What it means to me is to see those that have been left out, the least of these, to be able to say, we also have a place for you. And it means a great deal because for so long, we've shied away, we've kept our families away, and now we can provide a service for them.
And be like a full family. The least of these sums that up.
Yeah.
That's what the body is.
Sure.
How about you, Rose?
And for me, it is being in tune with your health needs, your spiritual needs, and your mental needs, and being willing to be proactive and to take care of yourself. So when something is wrong, you're willing to be open enough to get the help that you need.
Yeah. Alive and Well, STL. Today we are joined in the studio by Reverend Rice, pastor of New Horizon Christian Church and founding member of the Bridges to Care and Recovery Program, along with Rose Jackson-Beavers, Community Connector Project Manager for Bridges. I'm Jade Harrell filling in for Bethany Johnson-Javois today. As we talk and think about what it means for our community to be alive and well, I am so pleased to be speaking with you both today. So much of what we talk about with Alive and Well shows us the importance of how faith and our communities play a role in our well-being. We are eager to learn from them today. But before we get started, we want to highlight some of the work that the Behavioral Health Network does here in St. Louis called Bridges to Care and Recovery. We will expand on this later in the show, but Bridges views faith communities as an integral part of the mental health response of our community. The program works with churches in St. Louis to help their pastors and lay leaders better understand mental illness and how to respond to congregants in need. They also help connect those experiencing mental health crises and the right types of resources that they'll need to get the assistance that they need. I'm Jade Harrell filling in for Bethany Johnson-Javois today. As you know, the title of this program is Alive and Well, and we recognize that in order to become physically well, we must be spiritually and emotionally well. Bridges works to make faith community spaces that are supportive of members living with mental illness and their family members and caregivers. Reverend Rice, I would love for you to start by telling us a bit about how the Bridges to Care and Recovery program started here in St. Louis.
Thank you so much, Jade. Yeah, it was an issue that we felt was a need because it's been overlooked so long. It really started because of homeless people that had mental health, or what we like to refer to as behavior health issues. Mm-hmm. And they've been overlooked. They had no place to go. They were being kicked out of the emergency rooms. And so we thought certainly that we can do better than that as a community. That was the impetus of starting the Bridges to Care and Recovery. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's been the response?
Oh, my. We've had nothing but positive response. The problem is, Jade, that many times we care for other illnesses, and yet we shy away from mental health or behavior health issues because of the stigma that's involved in it. And so this has introduced to our community that it is a health issue, just like blood pressure or heart disease, that we live with every day. Mm-hmm. So that's an issue that we thought that should be brought to the public, and we thought where best to start it except in the faith community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about how you have made that impact, and what have you seen in the lives of the people that you've been giving help to?
Oh, it has been just astonishing to see how individuals will reach out and say, thank you, we're glad that somebody's looking out for us. Absolutely. In this behavioral health issue. The stigma that goes along with behavior health is damaging to individuals because people shy away. Oh, they have all kind of terms that we use. What's that? Their elevator doesn't go up to the top. And what's some of the other ones that they don't have both oars in the water. And I could just go on and on. Yeah. And so much like other stigma or other terms that's used especially in our community, we felt that something must be done and that it must be addressed. And so it is from that Bridges to Care and Recovery came about.
Absolutely. We're grateful for that. Rose, your work is a recent addition to the program. Can you walk us through the services that you provide for churches and the people you work with?
Yes, we work with families and parishioners in making sure that they know where services are, resources, and we help connect them to those resources. We also train them in a variety of topics on mental health, first aid, and make sure that after we've worked with them and provided them with information, we continue to network with them and stay in touch with them on a regular basis, meeting, talking, providing all kind of information for them.
If we were to provide some training for our audience, what's a key tip or thing you would want us to know as we deal with loved ones and people we care about that have behavioral health or mental illness?
To listen, pay attention, and learn about the symptoms so that you will know what to do when help is needed.
Absolutely. When a church goes through the Bridges program, what changes would the congregants notice? What goes into making a church a Bridges church?
Participating, being involved, making a commitment that they want to make change. Mm-hmm. And a Bridges church is one that you can go to and feel comfortable. You know that they care about you, that they're going to reach out to you, and that there's no fear. People are not afraid of you because they've learned all about the symptoms and they know about mental health. They know that there is a stigma and they're willing to reach out to you. So that makes it a church where people are willing to go to because they're behavior friendly.
Yeah. Not only that, a supportive receiving environment can really help in the healing.
Well, in addition to what Rose has just said, by the way, she is our connector for behavioral health, and she connects us to people that are in need of certain mental health services and other services, and she's able to branch her out in that. But in addition to that, to become a mental health or a Bridges church, they must take the course of mental health first aid. Mm-hmm. And so our first cluster, we gave it to the mental health first aid course, which is an 8-hour course. And then when they graduate from the mental health first aid course, then they become a Bridges Church, and they receive a nice plaque that says you now are a mental health or behavioral health church, to where that you're concerned about that particular need in the church. And so it works out well.
Is there a banner or something that new members or people that haven't experienced your church would know and be able to identify there's a place I can go and be well received?
It's a plaque. It's a big plaque.
And then we're also identifying a space in the church where there's brochures about local organizations that can support them. And then we also go out into the churches, introduce ourselves. Yesterday, I went to a Bible study, and I get to know the members of the church so that if they have information or things that they need to talk about, they will feel comfortable because they know that we care about them and we want to help them.
Mm-hmm. Both of you, if you could share with our audience a bit about why it's so important that our faith communities are informed about mental health, what it looks like, how it's treated, and how it affects families and caregivers. What makes you so passionate about it, and why is it so important for our faith community?
Well, because the church is where people ought to come to receive the comfort, to receive the feeling of warmth and a part of the congregation. That's what the church does. That's what the church is for, to reach into community so that people are feeling comfortable to come into the church. Many times we have had issues in the church where people would come with behavioral health issues, and we as leaders, as pastors, really don't know how to treat that. They may be disruptive. We don't know whether to call the police. We don't know whether to call the deacon board to meet that need. With the mental health first aid course now, and with the ministers that have been so receptive, they have been so well receiving of this program, then they will know and to instruct their health units in their church. Rose works with them, instruct the health units to how to deal better with individuals that are suffering with these behavioral health issues.
Absolutely.
I also like to say the church is the cornerstone, especially in the African American community. That's where we go to express our feelings, to talk about things that hurt us. But because of the stigma of mental health and behavior health, people are not willing to bring that up. They don't want people to know because they feel like it's going to not only affect their jobs, but it's going to affect how people perceive them. And so we want the church to be comfortable so that when people come in and reach out to them, they won't call the police if it's something is going on. They'll know how to respond. We've been taught to keep our secrets to ourselves, and we're trying to get it where the church, because you go there for everything else, go there too for behavior health.
So in closing, is there anything else that you would really like our audience to hear and know today from you?
You're accepted. You're a part. We want you, and we need you. And we'll take care of you.
There's a beautiful song that says, I need you to survive.
Oh, yeah.
I won't harm you with the words of my mouth. Yeah. I love you, and I need you to survive.
Yeah, sorry for being so emotional about it.
Please don't. No apologies. For truth and sincerity of heart. Is there anything, Rose, that you want to be sure that our audience has?
Yes, to understand that in order to eradicate stigmas against mental health and behavior health issues, we must be willing to educate. And in educating individuals, we're providing them with the knowledge to make good choices.
Thank you both so much for being here today. We want to thank you for joining us for another episode of Alive and Well STL. We look forward to speaking with you again next week. For more information about Alive and Well STL, follow us on Twitter at Alive and Well STL or visit us online at aliveandwellstl.com. We'll be back next week. Thanks for joining us. Alive and Well STL.
We are grateful for your gift of time to this conversation. We encourage you to stay involved and get involved.
You are invited to join the conversation. If you, your family, or your organization is interested in talking about how we better the well-being of the region, sign up for more information, join the conversation, log on to aliveandwellstl.com, and let's build a plan on how we can work together and improve our overall health and become alive and well. The Regional Health Commission with Chief Executive Executive Officer Robert Friend Jr. committed to providing a detailed review of change over the past decade in 14 leading health indicators for the city and county of St. Louis. The first decade review of health status report, an update to building a healthier St. Louis. Discover the narrative, the data, and celebrate the progress already made to improve healthcare access and reduce health disparities in our region. Learn more at stlrhc.org. Alive and Well STL is another positive production of RareGem Productions. Thanks for listening.